These are some thoughts about ensuring that we have a safe path forward. I think one can take a lot of inspiration from the founding fathers that drafted the Constitution for the United States when it was first formed. These were enlightened, thoughtful, accomplished individuals, and what they distilled and put down in the Constitution has a great deal of gravitas and value for all of mankind. One of the values that the founding fathers of the United States enshrined was this idea of separating church and state. I think this is a pure stroke of genius, or a stroke of pure genius, but on the part of the person that first conceived of this. It is because the church inherently gets pushed into a certain view of the universe, of the situation. And these phenomena of founding prophets of major religions, the phenomena that occur with them, and a lot of them have had true spiritual and almost enlightenment type experiences. They have achieved some depth, some insight, and they were actually pretty thoughtful, and they would not object if their views had to be revised. What happens, however, is that with the church, which is the formal religion, the organized religion that develops around the founding prophets, this organized religion is manned by ordinary people. They may be very intelligent ordinary people, but they're not privy to the insight of the prophet. So they interpret his words, and because they're so intelligent, they try to be right, and because they're convinced they're right, they become rigid. And then they impose their conceptions upon the others. What I mean to say is that every religion can have its pastors and its priests distort the vision of the prophet. And in that distorted vision, because they're so, they respect the prophet and they feel their words are sacred, they're very hesitant to change the text or change the original conceptions. Even when reality stares at them and offers a different perspective of the universe, maybe one that's still altered from the time when the religion was first conceived. So they're locked in, and because they value the words of the prophets so much, they protect it with penalties. They protect the sacred scriptures with penalties, and sometimes these are penalties of death. It's inconceivable that human beings claiming to be pious and altruistic and divine would condone the killing of people accused, rightly or wrongly, of disagreeing with the scriptures, of heresy. Capital punishment was a crime, was a justice that was meted out for these hapless souls caught between the confusion of ideas. So anyway, going back to the idea of separation of church and state, because religion is prone to these kind of distortions, it should never be given power to enforce those distortions and distorted ideas upon the public. The public sphere should be kept free from such kind of influences. Hence, the separation of church and state is a golden idea that should be enshrined for all time in all constitutions across the globe if we want to foster world peace. Those are some of my thoughts. Have a wonderful day.